Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Rockford, a little non-conference softball action. Two really good teams out of the MAC. It's the Parkway Panthers and the Shawnee Indians. Andy Lynch and Chris Parks with you as we have our first pitch just a bit off for ball number one. Shelby Lucas batting for the Indians. Sierra Fent pitching for the Parkway Panthers. Both teams very good records as Lucas puts down the short bunt. No chance of getting her. Maybe like kind of a half swing there, Andy. And she does what she does best, gets on base to kick off the game.
It's her 45th hit of the season, Chris. She's swiped 39 bags, and she ups that on-base percentage above 65%. She's had quite a senior season. She'll be a future UNOH racer, as will be the first baseman standing right next to her for Parkway, Kylie Snyder.
Pitch getting by the Panther catcher. Lucas will speed into second base there on the pass ball, and very quickly into our game, the Indians a runner in scoring position.
And I'm going to give her a stolen base for that because she was taken off no matter what. So runner in scoring position, as I said, for Britt Locke, who's pretty good in her own right. It's going to be an ONU Polar Bear next year for basketball at least. Hits .565 for the year, 16 stolen bases to her credit. 10 doubles, 6 triples, leads the team in 3 bases.
She's ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Here's Fenton trying to find the strike zone. That one does on the outside corner, 2 balls and a strike. We'll set the defense for you here. Zoe Pond is catching for Sierra Fent. And the defense around here, after this pitch, I'll let you know. That one goes outside 3-1. The third baseman, as we go left, right, or I should say, yes, left to right. Tiara Walls will be playing third. The shortstop is Ashlyn Henderson. Second baseman, Lindsay Walls, as that one's fouled away. First baseman is Kylie Snyder. And from left to right in the outfield, it's Kaylee Heckler. In center field, Kayla Walls, and the right fielder is Olivia Smith.
Fent has pitched 69 innings on the season and is allowing just 16% of the runners to get a hit. 161 is the batting average, and she freezes Britt Locke there for strike number 3. That is her 87th strikeout of the year. Fent's 9-3 on the campaign.
Gets the backwards K there. This will bring up Tori Reneals, the second baseman for the Shawnee Indians, batting in the 3-hole.
386 hitter, a 500 on-base percentage, and has driven in a team-high 26 runs.
That one just missing there for ball number 1 as Lucas stands out there at second base. Corners pinched in at first and third, and the rest of the infield back as Reneal swings and misses at that pitch, and getting a chance to see what the rest of the MAC has seen all season long. Fent just lights out with that fastball, so good. Off-speed pitch, grounded to third, throw to first in time. Lucas will speed into third base as Reneals grounds out, 5-3 put out. There's 2 down in the inning, and the third baseman for the Shawnee Indians, Kirsten Courtney, will come to the plate for the first time today.
Yeah, the Panthers' Kylie Snyder might be a pitcher in college, and yet she's the number 2 pitcher here on this Parkway team because of the junior Sierra Fent, who's just had a great campaign, and 33 walks, 18 earned runs, allowed just 42 hits in those 69 and now 2/3 innings.
A little bit low there to ball 1 for Kirsten Courtney.
She leads the team in home runs with 3, a .327 batting average, slugging .582.
Takes a look at a strike there. It's a ball and a strike with 2 down in our top half of the first. Good non-conference tilt here today between the Panthers and the Indians as both teams just a couple games away from the tournament. As this one has popped up, going to be a tough play for Pond, and that one, they're going to say a catch. How about that? Zoe Pond right up along the fence makes a spectacular grab right in front of our iPod for the 3rd out of the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the first. The Indians get 1 hit and strand 1. And after a half inning, Panthers nothing and the Indians nothing on WOSN. Parkway Panthers before the game honored 3 seniors. It is senior day here in Rockford. Kylie Snyder, Lindsay Walls, and Olivia Smith. And Andy, they've had quite a 4-year career here for the Parkway Panthers. Just 2 MAC losses, 26-2, 3 MAC titles, over 60 wins in their career, and trying to go out with another one here today in their final home tilt.
That's right, 13-5 on the season. And another successful year for Coach Esselstein's team, and state ranked. They're hoping to make some noise with sectionals starting up this Saturday. I think Parkway has a first-round bye, and then we'll be back in action next week as Kay Shick settles into the circle for Shawnee, and they're expecting the leadoff hitter Kayla Walls to try and put something down. Tori Renneal's pitching in from second base to field a slap bunt her way.
And she does, trying to do the same thing Shelby Lucas did. Shick on the spot. They do say her foot on the bag there, so the out recorded as Hannah Taylor did keep the foot on the bag, and a quick 1-3 put out for our first out here, the bottom of the first.
Set the defense for the Indians. Britt Locke doing the catching. She's been doing that since her freshman year for the Shawnee Indians. Down at first, as Chris said, is Hannah Taylor. Second baseman Tori Renneals. The shortstop, the future UNOH racer, Shelby Lucas.
Another 1-3 put out. Shick over to Taylor as Rachel King grounds out, and very quickly there are 2 outs here in our bottom half of the first as Kylie Snyder will come to the plate. Andy, I'll let you finish up there.
Kirsten Courtney is at third. Taylor Lucas in left field. The center fielder is Rachel Evans. And the flex player playing right field is Courtney Young as the big bat comes to the plate for Kylie Snyder. She was on our signing day show this past February.
First pitch swing, and Shick makes all 3 outs. Her and Taylor hooking up nicely, so a very fast bottom half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. 1 full from Rockford, and we're scoreless between Shawnee and Parkway. A light drizzle to start the top half of the second inning as Taylor Lucas, Kay Shick, and Hannah Taylor, 5, 6, 7, do it for the Indians. Shelby Lucas got on base, got as far as third, but the Panthers able to get her out and get the rest of the Indians out in order as that one is fouled behind us for strike number 1.
Taylor bats .388 on the season, 5 doubles, 4 triples, even 1 home run, slugging .627, so certainly a power threat. Saw some great defensive plays for her against Bath last weekend.
Tries the bunt. That one hits the outside corner as Fenton ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Good pitching matchup today, as we mentioned a couple minutes ago. Fent, the very talented junior, Kay Shick, I believe also a junior as well, too. So.
Yep. I'll meet again next year if these teams stay on the schedule. But 2 recent powers. Parkway's more of a perennial power. They date back a little longer than Shawnee's success, but the Indians, of course, 3 straight regional appearances, hoping to make it 4 this year, starting Saturday. Boy, they have a tough draw. Got to start with Wapakoneta.
Oh, man, that ought to be a great game, Indians and Redskins.
And they had a very good first meeting. Wapak was leading, and Shawnee came back to win it.
I imagine their sectional tilt ought to be a pretty good one as well, too.
Yep, and Bill Sammons has been gearing his team up. Once they fell out of that WBL race, they've been looking ahead to sectional.
Lucas continues to battle, fouling that away. A 1-2 count as the rain, it's a little bit heavier now.
Yeah, a little drizzle. Thinking about putting the umbrella over my head, not just sitting next to me. But it's kind of a girly umbrella. So I'm a little ashamed.
Lucas line drive into center field. Ball's going to be caught out there on a line by Walls for the first out.
Center fielder catches the center fielder. And Miss Pink Shoes stands in. Kay Shick has had a good season in the circle, led her team to 17 victories this year, 3 losses. Indians trying to right the ship a little bit, losing 3 in a row, or not 3 in a row. They swept Coldwater Saturday, but 2 WBL losses last week against very good teams in Bath and Salina, the top 2 teams in that D2 sectional, and then losing to Defiance last night up in Defiance County, 4-0.
Shick line drive into center field, a single, the second hit for the Shawnee Indians as she gets down to first base safely, so a 1-out runner. And
immediately we're going to have a courtesy runner for the pitcher.
I wonder what was going on there for a second, but we're back to game action as that's a single there for Shick. Hannah Taylor's going to come to the plate now as the umpire lets Mark Esselstein and his Parkway staff know what's going on, as Andy does put on, put up the umbrella.
It's for the scorebook, really.
Uh-huh. It's one way to look at it.
The rain feels good. But we want to keep that scorebook dry with a few pages left. Hannah Taylor.
Taylor to the plate for the first time today, the big lefty. First baseman for the Indians as the rain comes down a little bit harder now on us.
.383 batter. She was doing some catching on Thursday, or Friday, I guess it was, against Salina when Britt Locke goes out to pitch. Heading to the circle to help out her team. The catcher becomes Hannah Taylor.
She's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Fenton trying to get one over. And does get it in the outside corner, 2-1. We'll have to watch and see. The ball gets a little slick now in the pitcher's hands here, so also for the fielders as well too. So we'll see how much of a nuisance this rain plays in the top of the second. Is that one also in there? Back-to-back good locations for Fent. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 down.
Good matchup of two teams trying to get some positive momentum moving forward. No seeding at stake, but certainly want to get on the winning track heading into the sectionals. Really measure where you're at.
2-2 the count. As I zipper up my coat.
Thanks for the play-by-play there.
You got it. Just letting our viewers know at home what's going on.
Joe Vernick is our center field cameraman. He's got his seat out in center field. Zach Bowers, man in the high pod. Sierra Roby helping out. And Kyle Pullman, our first base cameraman. Getting some good shots. He's got his sunglasses on today. Kyle is ready for that sun to come back out.
Can't believe he's got them on right now. A little cloudy out, but hey, I'm not going to question him.
High heat, but holding up was Hannah Taylor, and there's runners at first and second.
Drew the walk. Good at bat there by Taylor.
Here comes Abby Hall.
Hall, the 8th batter in this Shawnee Indian lineup. So first and second with 1 down.
Sister Lindsay Hall here watching today. When Coach Locke was giving me the lineups beforehand, he said Lindsay Hall, and all the girls turned around. No, it's Abby. Get them mixed up.
Yeah, that'll happen from time to time.
Yep, the co-coaches for Shawnee, Coach Young, Coach Truxell, and then Coach Locke down in the first base box.
That one just missing as well as Pond tries to frame it. 2 balls, no strikes. So a lot of pitches here by Fint in this top half of the second inning.
It's got to be tough to get a good grip, Chris, with the way the rain's coming. Not used to having that too often. We've had some games played through the rain this spring, but a lot of times we've been canceled because of rain. So got to readjust on the season. 33 walks surrendered in 69 innings by Sierra Fent. So prone to give up 1 every other inning. She's already surrendered 1 here in this frame.
Two balls and a strike with 1 down. Runners on first and second base. And there's a nice low pitch there by Pond, or I should say by Fent, 2-2. As Hall couldn't quite get that one.
On deck batter for Shawnee is Rachel Evans, the center fielder. And they'll turn the lineup over.
Swings and misses. Fenton gets the strikeout, goes to the outside corner. A big one now. A force at any base, of course, for the Parkway Panthers, now with 2 down. And the number 9 hole hitter up for the Shawnee Indians.
Second K of the game for Sierra Fent. And now, what are we going to have? A new batter?
Maybe the case is.
They're calling 24 back. Rachel Evans will sit down, perhaps, as Coach Young has come out to make an adjustment.
Get you a name here. Looks like we'll have a pinch hitter due
20.
up. 20 will come in for the Shawnee Indians. So a little adjustment here. 20 for the Shawnee Indians. Actually do not have that name on my roster, if you can believe that. So we'll get that for you after this half inning here.
Let's see if I can guess. Maybe it's Shannon Simpson.
There's a strike number 1 there by Fent.
Could be Jamie Fulham. No, she's on your roster, right?
Mm-hmm. Just figured out for you here shortly. 1 strike pitch, a little bit high, no balls, 2 strikes. Fent a pitch away from getting out of this little mini jam here in the top of the second inning.
Drive out a runner all the way to third in the first inning, but Parkway was able to escape without any damage. Now, first time having 2 aboard. WBL play wrapping up here next few days.
Swing and a miss. Fent gets back-to-back Ks, and the Shawnee Indians will strand 2 out there on the base paths. So through 1.5, we're scoreless still between the Panthers and Indians on the West Ohio Sports Network. Bottom of the second inning, Sierra Fent will lead off for the Parkway Panthers. The pitcher and cleanup hitter to face Case Shick, as she's gotten into trouble the first 2 innings, but has escaped with no damage so far, Andy, at least on the mound here.
That's right, 3 runners stranded for Shawnee in the first 2 innings. Meantime, Case Shick's done all the work in the circle. 3 ground outs in the first inning, right back to Case Shick.
I think she threw maybe 4 pitches in that first inning, it seemed like. It went really, really fast.
See if Parkway takes a more patient approach here. Taking that first pitch was Fenn, who hits .367 for the season, an .883 slugging percentage. How about these numbers?
Man.
6 home runs, 2 triples, 9 doubles, and 28 runs driven in.
First time Shick will have to deal with pitching with that wet ball as the rain falling here in the bottom of the second inning. Outside with that, 2 balls and a strike.
Parkway got a big win against St. Henry earlier in the week in MAC play, a 7-0 blanking down in Mercer County, and Fent hit a blast. The wind was blowing in, as it often does at St. Henry, and she hit it about 250 feet, I was told.
Man.
Outfielder didn't even have time to turn around. 6th homer of the year. Parkway played Salina the first week of the season, and the Lady Dogs got the victory here in Rockford. They play a very competitive schedule, though.
It's a tough way to start your season when you got Salina.
Yep, lots of WBL teams. And Crestview's always on the slate. Van Wert, I believe.
There's a strikeout there as Shick throws the off-speed changeup in there. And we have our first out of the bottom of the second inning.
Lindsay Walls steps in. The older sister of the Sister-Sister Act. Kayla is a sophomore, and their cousin Tara also in the starting lineup. Lindsay, a .421 batter, .561 slugging percentage.
Good average for her.
Has only drawn a couple walks on the season, but has 24 hits to lead the team.
Shick delivers a first pitch strike with Kirsten Courtney in a little bit of that third base bag.
Standing up in the box just a bit is the batter.
Pops this one up. It's going to get out of play as the Indians give chase.
Good barehanded catch by the fan behind the third base dugout.
Lots of umbrellas have popped up all around us here. 2 strikes, the count.
A lot of tournament action next week, Chris. We'll be at Elida for baseball on Tuesday as Wapakoneta plays the winner of Kenton St. Mary's. And then on Wednesday we'll be at Bath. Salina, if they win their opening round matchup, will play the winner of Wapak and Shawnee. That should be a great sectional final.
Oh, that'll be an awesome sectional final there. Teams like that.
Yep. And Thursday baseball again, Coldwater